Welcome to today's practice. So today's practice is just going to be a short one. We're going to be focusing on the hamstrings, so the back of the legs, a little bit of a stretch maybe in the lower back, a little bit of hips, but mostly hamstrings. And this video and many others like it from myself, but also from other teachers, can be found on Source On Demand. So www.sourceondemand.co.uk. I'll drop a link in the description below. So if you'd like to check it out on Source On Demand, you can either subscribe to the website or you can kind of pay as you go. Lots and lots of content on there, exclusive content that you're not going to find here on YouTube. So do the video. Thumbs up would be nice, maybe you subscribe, and then if you enjoyed it you could head on over to Source On Demand and check that out. So we're going to start by taking the legs out wide. As wide as is comfortable for you. If you've got tight hamstrings, then feel free to bend the knees as much as you need to. And just holding on to what you could imagine to be a spoon, we're going to start to stir a big pot of porridge in front of you. So just starting to have a little bit of a stretch out, find a little bit of movement, and we'll take it back, opposite direction. And synchronizing your breath with the movement. Just a couple more each way. Just getting in contact with your breathing. And then coming back through to centre, we're going to keep the legs out wide. Take your right hand down next to you. As you inhale, lift the left arm up. Reach up through the fingers, stay grounded through the sitting bones, and then gently tip over to your right hand side. I like to flex my feet. Start to try and find a little bit of a stretch through the calves as well. And you can bring in some movement here. So you don't have to remain perfectly still. Just stretching into the side body. And then we'll swap it over, so we'll bring the left hand down, reach up with the right arm, find that length, and then just gently tipping over to your left hand side. Reaching out through the right fingers, again there might be a little bit of a pulsing movement there. And then as you inhale, take both arms up towards the ceiling, lengthen. As you exhale, we're going to keep that length as we twist gently to our right. So your right shoulder draws back, your left forwards. Finding your breath. Inhale back through to centre. And as you exhale, exhaling to your left. Left shoulder drawing back. Try and keep the shoulders nice and soft. Gaze is behind you. And then inhale, come back through to centre again, reach up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, we'll bring the hands down. And we're going to come over onto all fours. So stacking knees under hips, wrists underneath shoulders. Inhaling, lifting your chin and your tailbone. And as you exhale, rounding your spine, tucking the tailbone, chin comes in towards the chest. Inhale, draw it forwards, lift the chin and the tailbone. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Couple more. Coming back through to a flat back. And then just keeping your knees underneath your hips. Creep your arms out in front of you. So a little bit of a back bend here, bringing your forehead down onto your mat. So a little bit of opening through the shoulders. Just remembering that the most important part of your practice is your focus on your breath. So keep coming back to that. And then inhale, coming back up onto all fours, we'll tuck our toes and find our way into downwards facing dog. And we're going to bend the left knee and straighten the right leg just as much as you can. and draw the heel down towards the back edge of your mat. Couple of breaths there. Keep your lower abdomen gently drawn in and the hips lifting up and back. And then swap it over. We'll straighten out the left leg, bend the right knee. Same thing, so you're keeping the integrity of your down dog, you're drawing down through that left heel. And then just working to your own degree to straighten both legs. Try not to let the heels turn in towards each other. So you want to keep the little toe sides of the feet parallel with the sides of your mat. And then as you inhale, start to walk your hands in towards your feet. So again, bend the knees as much as you need to. We'll just have a few breaths here. Easy forward fold. As you exhale, you might see if you can soften a bit more. Let the crown of the head reach down. And then walk your hands back out in front of you, so back through to your downwards facing dog. And as you inhale, we're going to step the right foot forward between the hands, drop down onto your left knee. We'll find some movement here, so inhale, heart draws forwards. Exhale, hips move back. Inhale to draw it forwards. Exhale to take it back. Couple more. And then inhale to come forwards. Keep your left hand down underneath your shoulder. Take your right arm up towards the ceiling. So just finding a twist here. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And then bring your right hand back down. Take your hips back. Left hip stacks over the knee. Straighten the right leg as much as is comfortable. So you can keep the knee bent if you need to. Lengthen the spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, fold forwards over your right leg. So your right hip is lengthening back behind you. Chest stays open. And then inhale will come forwards. Tuck your left toes, step it back, downwards facing dog. Pad out the feet. And then on your next inhale, we'll step the left foot through between the hands. Drop down onto your right knee. So same thing, little bit of movement. Inhale, heart draws forwards. Exhale, hips move back. Keep going. Okay, the next time you come forwards, we'll stay there. Right hand underneath the shoulder, lengthen the left arm up. And then bring the left hand down, take the hips back, straightening out the left leg as much as you can, long spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, fold forwards here. So try not to round the spine, try and keep some space in the chest. Lengthening that left hip back behind you. Connecting to the breath. And then inhale, bend the left knee. We'll step it back through, downwards facing dog. So the next time you inhale, we're going to step the right foot forward between the hands, but then pivot round to your left and parallel your feet. Halfway lift as you inhale, nice flat back, and then as you exhale, folding forwards. So you can hold on to your shins if you need to, you can take your hands to the floor, whichever option suits you best. Couple more breaths here. And then as you inhale, look up, find a flat back. I'm going to turn my toes out, my right toes out a little, and come through into Skandasana to my right. So my left leg is straight, and I'm just having a stretch through the inside of the thigh. A couple of breaths. You might be able to bring your right heel all the way down onto your mat, you might not. Find the place that suits you. And then over to the other side. One more turn each way, over to the right. Shoulders, face, stay soft. And then back over to your left. And then from here, coming through to face the front edge of your mat. So you've got your right foot in front, you've pivoted onto the ball of the left foot, and then step your left foot forwards. We'll stay on the ball of the left foot. Long spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, fold forwards over your right leg. Now you can always keep your right knee bent if you need to. You can take your hands up onto blocks or bricks if you have them. Try and keep the left hip drawing forwards, right hip lengthening back. Couple more breaths. Just allowing each breath to gently move you into the pose. And then bend your right knee. Let's pivot round to face the back edge of your mat. So you're on the ball now of the right foot. We can straighten the left leg if we can, but if we can't, keep the leg bent. Long spine as you inhale, as you exhale, fold forwards here. One more breath. Left hip gently draws back. And then from there, halfway lift as you inhale, walk it back round so you're facing the long edge of your mat. Take your hands to your waist. Lengthen the spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, fold forwards. So hands are on the waist, and we're trying to move the elbows back behind us. So the elbows move towards each other, and you find some space in your chest. Try not to dump all the weight in your heels. There's a little bit in the front of the feet, just making sure the feet are parallel. And then from there, as you inhale, take the hands down, find your halfway lift. Pivot back to face the front edge of your mat, and then step it back, downwards facing dog. Just give the feet a little bit of a pad out. And then we're going to step or jump through to seated. Okay, straightening out the right leg and bringing the left foot in towards the right thigh. Lengthening the spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, folding forwards here. Each inhale lengthens the spine, each exhale takes you into the pose. You just come through, listen to your own body, move into your own degree. One more breath. And then inhale to find your halfway lift, exhale to release it out. Taking this into a twist, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Lengthening again on the inhale as you exhale, twisting gently to your left. Left shoulders drawing back. Stay present with each breath you take. And then lengthen on the inhale, exhale, come back through to centre. Keep the left hand behind you. We're going to sweep the right arm up and lift up the hips. So a little bit of a back bend here, but like a baby wild thing. Opening through the front of the body, one more breath. And then as you exhale, bring the hips back down, turn to face the front of your mat, and we'll do the other side. Straighten out the left leg, bring the right foot in towards the groin. Lengthen as you inhale, and as you exhale, fold forward. Bend the left knee if the hamstring is tight. Couple more breaths. See if you can keep the left foot flexed, you'll find more of a stretch in the calf then as well. And then inhale, halfway lift, exhale, we'll release it out. Twisting, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you, keeping the spine long. As you draw your right shoulder back and gaze out over that right shoulder. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, coming back through to centre. Keep the right hand behind you. Sweep the left arm up. Lifting up through the hips, baby. Wild thing. Any shoulder issues, you can always just keep the hips down on the mat. Head turns in whatever direction is comfortable for you. And then keep your bringing your hips back down onto your mat. We'll straighten out the right leg. And just coming through into our last pose here, Paschimottanasana. Both legs out in front of you. Bend the knees if you need to again, let the pelvis tilt forwards. And just thinking about flexing the feet if you can. It can be really high if you're a runner. You can get really tight in the hamstrings and the calves. Couple more breaths. See if you can use your exhales to almost soothe your muscles, to soften them. Never pushing into a pose, just easing your way in. Two more breaths. And then as you inhale, bringing yourself back through to upright. So give your legs a little bit of a wobble, and then just gently lie yourself back down on your mat. Couple of deeper breaths, just allowing yourself to soften down into your Shavasana. And staying here for as long as you need to. See you next time. Namaste.